What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh man, what the hell?
Hey there, motherfuckers. We're back. -1, asshole. Or magnificent jackass, technically.
He's no longer magnificent anymore. He's just a
Oh,
jackass.
downgraded, demoted. I support that.
I mean, where are you, bro?
Right? Welcome to another edition of the What the Hell podcast. My name is Sean,
I'm TJ.
and we're here for your fucking entertainment. How about that? He says
For
as he takes a sip
once.
of water. Once, yeah. I tell you what, I don't know, man. Life sometimes just so much shit going on that
Yeah,
it's hard to set up and record and edit and post. The worst part of this for me is the amount of time that it takes me to upload the video to YouTube. It takes forever.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
But the sad, I say all that bitching, but I still love doing it. It's fucking fun. I get to have great conversations with at least one of my brothers when one of them fucking disappears. And somehow out there, some of you people actually fucking like it too. So hey, bonus.
And this will give you guys some inside baseball. Turns out Jason had to tie his shoe today.
Inside joke. I love it. That was awesome. How the fuck have you been?
I've been on vacation and I've been loving it. I mean, can you really go wrong with not getting up for work every day?
No, you actually can't. I mean,
It's kind of like you get up every day, scratch your ass, and look around and be like, all right, what am I going to do today? I guess I could grocery shopping. I need to do that.
right? But then you're thinking, I'm on vacation. I want to do that either.
Well, see, I don't have a problem doing that. Like, grocery shopping for me is a pleasure because it means I'm about to eat good food.
Good point. And I mean, that's just we jump right basically with that. We jump right into the topic, which you all saw from the headline is the hell is up with coming back from vacation.
And before we jump into that, Sean, how have you been?
Oh, I have been well for the most part. Working like crazy as always. Did something really cool yesterday. I think I've brought it up on the show before, where I'm a member of the Patriot Guard Riders, where we go and stand flag lines for veterans' funerals and all that. There was a really cool thing that happened that we were invited to, that there was no way in hell I was missing. So let's see if I can summarize and make it a longer story short. There was a gentleman that was killed in World War II, 1944, I want to say, but I'd have to look at it. He was a tanker. He was shot. His tank was hit by a German bazooka. Two of the four people made it out. He did not. But his remains went unidentified until last year.
Mm-hmm.
And again, making a longer story short, through Department of Defense and this other agency that's working with it and the local family and all that, they were able, and they eventually got the remains out of the tank, and he was buried in France in one of the American cemeteries there, as an unidentified soldier. And then again, making a long story short, they get a hold of the great nephew, and he provides DNA, and they exhume the remains, and lo and behold, it's this guy. So he's been dead 80 years, but as of yesterday, he was able to be brought home and laid to rest in the cemetery next to his family. And so they invited Patriot Guard Riders to be there. News was there. It's kind of a big deal. Definitely moving, and I loved being a part of it. So it was pretty cool.
Forensic technology is fucking insane nowadays.
Yep. You know, and you know, hats off to the Department of Defense and this other agency that's working to take care of and identify as many of these as possible. Because you know, there's still, I'm sure, plenty of them from World War II. I'm sure there's even more from, well, not more, but I'm sure there's just as many from Vietnam that we, you know, shit. There's people from Vietnam we don't have remains for yet. Um, so
Well,
I think it's a great cause.
it is. I mean, we literally have a memorial called the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yep.
So yeah, let's yeah.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool to be a part of, you know, and there are some family members, obviously. I mean, you know, it's probably 50 people that obviously no one knew the guy because he's been dead 80 years, but you know, some of the distant family members and a lot, you know, news, and there were probably 20 of us in the Patriot Guard that showed up to post a flag line and pay our respects and all that. So it was kind of cool. I definitely, you know, full military burial, 21 gun salute, all that shit.
Well, I mean, if anything, if it brought his family even a little bit of closure,
Oh yeah,
it was worth it.
it's something really cool to be a part of, you know. And if you're listening and you're in the U.S. and you want to know more, look up the Patriot Guard online. You don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to be anything. All you have to do is want to show respect. That's it. That's all they give a shit about. You don't have to ride. You don't even have to ride a friggin' bike if you don't want to. It's cool. Excuse me. You know, especially on the ones where you get to be in part of the procession. And you know, there's some of these guys. I'm thinking about getting one. Some of these guys have a special mount that they can put on their bike where you can put a full size flag and a pole on the back of it, and that's flapping behind the bike as you do this procession. It's pretty cool. But if you're
Yeah,
interested in it, go check it out.
but whatever you do, don't show up in a unicycle. I
No.
did, and they called me an asshole.
And by bike, I'm referring to motorcycle. So yeah, that's been me. You know, and like we talked off air, getting ready for surgery this week. I don't know if I said it on the air or not for the podcast, but you know, I've said it before. I'm an overweight guy, and so I've decided to do something about that, and I'm having a weight loss procedure done here in about 5 days, and so just getting ready for that. Yeah, that's been it. Doing my thing.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. I hope the surgery goes well.
Thank you. I think it will. I had a buddy of mine do it, which I've thought about this for years, and you know, first I didn't think it would be covered by insurance. Well, guess what? I was wrong. It is, especially if you're, you know, technically, if you look at the BMI scale, I'm in the morbidly obese side, right? So you jump through some hoops, you get approved through insurance, and hey, what do you know? You don't have to pay for it out of pocket, which nobody wants to pay for surgery out of pocket.
Nobody wants to pay for anything healthcare out of pocket because it fucking sucks.
Oh my God. So yeah.
Anyways, continue.
So anyway, talk to my buddy that had it done, and he was a bit bigger than me, and he was down. I think it was 4 months, maybe 5 total. He was down 130 pounds. And you could just hear it in his voice, you know, best decision you ever made, all that kind of stuff. Talk to him. All right, what doctor did you go to? Let me go do a little more digging, and you know, went to his doctor, and you know, did the initial okay, and he spelled it out. He answered any question because obviously I've only got one kidney, so I'm like, does that play into it? And you know, his answer was no, it doesn't play into it, and you know, honestly, you are the perfect candidate for this surgery. You are 100% absolutely perfect. You know, we'll run the test and all that, but everything lines up. And I'm like, all right, sign me up. What do we got to do? What hoops do I got to jump through? So, 3 months of preparation as far as taking some classes, because this isn't a solution, right? It's not, I'm having the surgery and boom, I dropped the weight. Um, this is
No.
this is an extremely powerful tool in the toolbox for that, but it's really a lifestyle change. It forces.
It is, but also you're not gonna get the surgery and come back 50 pounds later. Like
No,
it's just
it's
like it's not gonna happen.
it
It's not that kind.
no, it forces your hand to make some pretty dramatic changes as far as what you eat, how often you eat, and specifically how much you eat.
Well, and that's essentially it. It's pretty much your stomach space is now not as big as it
No.
once was.
And so
How would how would you like to fill it?
yeah, it's eating slower, eating smarter, and I mean, again, it's a super powerful tool, because if you try and eat too fast or eat too much, guess what?
No,
You're throwing it back up. Your body's going to go, your stomach isn't this big anymore, sir. You can have this back. And that,
no room.
yep. The challenge, there are some challenges with it. Obviously, some of the challenges are staying hydrated, because not only is your stomach not big enough for food, it's not big enough for water. So it's almost constant sipping on water. Um,
Yeah, but I feel like in Texas that's pretty much standard,
oh yeah,
kind
as
of.
hot as hot as it
So,
gets. Thank God for good Yeti cups. Let me tell you that, because I'll have ice water all day long.
oh yeah.
But so yeah, it's a super powerful tool. You know, my friend is almost a year out. I think he had it last May. I talked to him last week, and he's like, "Man, I can just now finish a whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich." Right before, and he's like, "What?" Like, I that doesn't compute to most people. Like, just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would make you extremely full. So
I can relate on a different level because I had a lot of work done with my mouth. So like when I was able to like finally finish a sandwich, I was like, holy shit, I did it.
yeah,
So I can get where he's coming from.
yeah. It'll still be. I mean, it'll still be a lot of work. I mean, there's gonna be at least a week after surgery where it's 100% liquids. Um, After that, it's pureed foods, right? It's baby food consistency, that kind of stuff
He's a
for
smoothie boy.
at least a week, and then you can get into soft foods like mashed potatoes and stuff like that,
Pudding,
and eventually you can get to you can get back to normal foods, right?
obviously.
But with the way the operation works, where it's I've watched some videos of the actual surgery, because that shit doesn't bother me, and it's all over fucking YouTube. You can watch the animation all day long, but there's people that have consented to have it recorded, so they got the laparoscopic, got the camera in there, and they're
Okay,
basic.
you're not gonna about to go into any like gory details, are you?
No, not super gore. I'm gonna say what happens is they basically, as they're doing this, the logistics of it is there's a tool that slices and staples your stomach shut at the same time.
Yeah.
With, I mean, they're tiny staples, but there's a zillion of them, right?
Mhm.
It's so there's obviously a bunch of swelling and inflammation from that's why you have to be liquid and then pureed and then eventually get to regular food and all that. But it's interesting how it's kind of crazy, some of the shit that we can do these days. Put it that way. You okay over
It's
there?
just it's just funny to me because you're literally sitting there going, yeah, they're gonna stab me in the stomach and then I can't eat. Well, yeah, no shit.
But it'll be cool. It'll be a good thing, and eventually I'll be half the man I used to be.
So, does that mean you're finally gonna take a shot at the champion? I mean, it's WrestleMania weekend.
As long as my stomach's not full and you're dropping elbows on me, making me shit my fucking pants again. Actually, they just announced. I saw something come across my email. They're gonna shoot an episode of Raw at the new Moody Center.
That is not surprising.
Yeah. And then I've got that's what am I doing later this year. Speaking of events, Steph's got tickets to see Santana.
Nice.
And I've got tickets for oh God, hold on. I'm gonna forget all the fucking bands. Really? You're gonna fucking make me log in. Excuse me.
Okay, but she needs to tell me if he plays Black Magic Woman.
Oh, he does every time.
Awesome.
Oh, it's I just remembered. It's Breaking Benjamin, Stained, and Daughtry.
Oh,
that's gonna be a good
all
show.
right. All right.
That's
I can get behind that.
I want to go. I think it's in October. Death Punch is going around again, and I want to go see them again. My problem is the opener.
Oh,
Marilyn Manson.
yeah.
Not a fan. Not even a little. Not like no. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend the money because it would just be I'll show up, in between bands because I really don't want to see Manson. But all right, so that's me.
mean,
that's go on. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, depending on the band, it to me it kind of doesn't matter who the opener is.
Yeah.
Like I'll show up when the main show starts.
Yeah. Most of the time I'll go to watch the openers. Like I went to Disturbed that was here, and the opener was all-female band called Plush that was really good. And then it was Falling in Reverse, who I wasn't really familiar with. A few good songs there. Rock the House, and then obviously Disturbed was great. So I still went for the whole thing.
Well, no, I get that. But like if I go to a show and it's like Journey, Heart, and Cheap Trick.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna go for the opener. If your opener is like Fuck Nugget, yeah, I'm not coming.
Fuck Nugget. There's got to be a band out there.
We are Fuck Nugget. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should add that to fucking Jason's list. But he'd have to be here for that. All that being said, let's jump into the topic because you can relate. You're doing it. And is there easy, Milo? Dogs barking in the background. Is there? I know the answer is yes, but when you're going through it, is there anything worse than coming off vacation and preparing yourself to go back to work? Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, there has been a sense of dread over me for the last 2 days. I'm like, and it's not anything that has to do with my job. It's not like, oh, yeah, I ain't gotta deal with this. But it's just like, don't make me go. Don't make me go back. Don't make me go back, please. Please. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun over here.
I think it's universal. I think it's for I don't care how much you love your job. And there are plenty of people out there that love what they do. For the most part, I really enjoy what I do, except for about 50% of the time. Right. But I think it's so universal.
That's about standard for you kids out there.
Yeah, right. And it's so universal where you go on vacation and you're like, you have this dread going back, but then you almost like the running joke around here is you need a vacation to recover from your vacation, even if you didn't do a fucking thing.
See, I've heard that. I don't really buy into that theory. And like, you just need a kick in the ass. That's all it really is.
Probably. That's probably
That's
pretty true.
like that's all it's gonna take for me tomorrow. It's just gonna be like, I gotta fucking work. What am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. I like, the bulk of my vacations since I discovered my love for being on a cruise ship have been cruises, right? Every now and then, there's the times I've come up to see, you and our sister, and we go to a Michigan game, which are whirlwinds for me, right? Show up on a Friday, fly home on a Sunday. Um, but the bulk of them have been, cruise ships, and I got to tell you, that takes that dread that you have, like, oh, I got to go back to work, and ramp, because you're so fucking pampered and spoiled, and it just ramps that dread up to 11. Like, you don't got to clean a fucking thing, you don't got to cook a fucking thing, and everywhere you turn, someone's trying to get you to buy an alcoholic drink, and you're just going, this is amazing. And you can chill out on the beach, you can go to a comedy show, you can do nothing. There's all this shit's designed to make you have a great time and forget about the world, and then they kick you off the fucking ship. Like, bye.
I was about to say that sounds fantastic until you have to leave.
It is. It really is fantastic. So now, and here's the kicker for us, right? Is, the closest cruise port to us is 3.5 hours away,
Galveston.
right? So it's not only is it, okay, you've had your fun, get the fuck off the ship, but then it's load up in the car and drive 3 hours. And we're going to make it even worse on the next one, because the next one we're actually going out of Florida. So it's going to be get the fuck off the ship and drive 19 hours.
Well, that's your own damn fault.
I saw flights weren't that bad. I was like, come on, let's just fly. And the wife's like, no, I don't want to deal with that. I'm like, I don't want to deal with 19 hours on the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, like you're saying, like this feeling of dread. It's like, especially in that situation, like, no, I don't want to. No.
So, and I'm sure she's done her fair share, Kelly girl. You have not done that trip from Michigan to Texas and back 4 times.
I have.
Yeah.
I've done it many times.
Yeah. Made me fucking hate road trips.
That is, it's all, road trips are about perspective. It's like, so, when, and I'll be 1,000,000% honest. So the trip we took, that was another whirlwind, where I came up and brought Madison. That's my daughter, for those people playing at home. And the goal was we were grabbing, sorry.
No, continue. I just
gotcha. The idea here was that my daughter and I were driving from Texas to Michigan, to the Detroit area, and then was grabbing my brother and my sister and my nephew, and then we're going to drive another 6 hours to the Upper Peninsula, where I was born, where my mother met my stepfather, who was TJ's father, and we were going to spread their ashes. And Ian, I said, hey, because we put it off for so long, and so it was another super whirlwind trip for me, because again, vacation time and all that. And the night before, I was dreading that drive with every ounce of my being to the point where I thought about just not fucking going. Like it's like, oh, because um it's literally about 24 hours if you when you account for, you know, pit stops and gas stops and eating, right? It's
Mhm.
um if you don't stop, you can do it in 22, right? Where it's like it, I'm that one time that I made that trip when my kids were little, I was the only driver. I had been off of caffeine for a little over a year, just out of general principle. I don't even remember why it was. And I drove and I at that point in my life, I like driving at night. There's nobody on the fucking road. There's not a lot of cops. You can speed a little bit. You get these road trips over, and the kids would be out. So I wouldn't have to listen to the, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Stop touching me. He's touching me. Are we there yet? Stop touching me. Will you stop touching me? I wouldn't have to deal with any of that because they'd be asleep.
Yeah. And so your brain wasn't sitting there going, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. So I did it that time without stopping to take a nap, because most of the time I'll stop taking naps somewhere, at least a couple hours. But did it without stopping to take a nap. And like I had like 2 energy drinks, you know, late in the evening into the morning. And by the time I got to mom's house, I was wired. It's like, okay, hey, how's it going? Like my fucking hands were literally shaking. Like okay, I'm, you know,
He shut up. You might, we going to White Castle? We going to White Castle?
it was a bit much. But yeah, that particular night, that it was just gonna be me and Madison. Madison wasn't old enough to drive yet, so you know, I knew it was gonna be me. I was just laying in bed going, "Fuck, I don't want to do fuck."
Don't make me get in the car. Don't make me get in the car. Please don't make me get in the car.
Um, and for the record, it was nowhere near as bad as my head made it out to be.
Of course, it never is.
Yeah.
It never is.
It can be fucking brutal, but it wasn't that bad.
Like tomorrow, if you ask me right now, worst day of my life, I'm gonna get to work tomorrow and be like, everything's fine. What am, what, what am I doing?
Yeah. But yeah, there's always, I don't know, we build some stuff up in our heads to a certain degree. Um, but yeah, coming back from vacation, even then, even that trip, right, where I was so like, oh, I'm not gonna go, and I, you know, and again, we're talking whirlwind trip. So, and I think I left here on a Wednesday
Uh-huh.
to drive up there, and so get no, I think it was a Thursday. But the idea was drive up there, uh, see you guys, and crash overnight. The next morning, we were driving up to the Upper Peninsula,
Yep.
crashing up there, and then driving back down to Detroit, and that's a 6 hour one way, by the way. Um, and then crashing there, and then I was driving back to Texas. So it was boom, 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 boom. It was
Like,
like
that was pretty much about it. Like you got into town. I showed up at Michaela's house and there you were with Madison, and then
we
I
had
was off to the UP.
we had dinner and we went to sleep and we got up the next day, and yeah.
See, no, you guys had dinner and went to sleep. I hung out at the casino.
Well, no, that was when we got up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we got up there. The kid Maddie went to sleep. She wasn't
Mm.
18 anyway. We played for a little while in the casino. I think Michaela did better than both of us, and she hit like $80 or something.
No, I hit 50.
Ah,
And
right.
and then you got so mad, not legitimately, but
No,
you're
but
like,
like fuck
I,
you.
I like no, but you were always like, I'm always with the person that hits. I
Yep,
never hit.
this is true.
Why can I never hit? I just want to be the one that hits.
Yep, and I've hit a couple times on cruises, but nothing crazy. And again, this proves true because I took my dad and his wife on a cruise, and we're in the casino and walk over. He's over at this other machine and he goes like this, and it was a Wheel of Fortune machine. He had hit the bonus and spun the wheel, And I thought it was a penny machine. He goes, look, I'm like, oh, cool. You hit 1,000. That's $10. He goes, no, this is a dollar machine. I just hit $1,000. I'm like, fuck you.
And we've talked about this on this podcast before. I've told you how to monetize this. You go with people to the casino and go, I'm your lucky charm. Everybody hits when they're with me. So I'm going to fucking sit here for $500 an hour.
I get 10%.
Exactly. It's like a mafia rule.
That's right. Oh, so again, we're getting back to the topic because we tangent again, but we've been downloaded almost 12,000 times. You guys are used to it by now.
I was about to say, because that's so
that's so
not
far
normal for this podcast.
But it's a good conversation. So if you want to stop listening, go ahead. Hey, we're enjoying it. But fucking coming back from vacation, like it's. I'll use the image that we talked about a minute ago, where it's like I get off the ship, right? We get to the car and I got to drive for 3 hours. So let's say, for example, that's a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
We're usually off the ship by 9 o'clock. I can be home by, noon to 1 o'clock, depending on if we have to stop. So I've still got the whole day. Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you're getting home at 8 o'clock, unpacking, showering, and like, fuck, go right to bed. But honestly, for me, go ahead.
And that is why I will never take a late flight to return from vacation. Put my ass on the 6 a.m.
Yeah. But it almost gets for me, it almost gets on the worst, because then you're home and you're just sitting there going, oh yeah, work tomorrow. Fuck.
See, for me, I'd rather be home, because if I'm still sitting on that cruise ship, the chances of me going back to work are slim to none.
I can stow away somewhere.
Gotta be a place to hide around here.
I can fit in one of these trash cans for a little while.
It's just, is that a beverage cart?
And I think part of the dread for everybody is wondering what kind of shit show they're going to walk into their first day back.
And see, that's the absolute worst part. That's the worst part I'm dealing with right now, is like, I'm just sitting here, and like I said, it'll probably be fine, but I'm just sitting here going, oh God, what am I?
Yeah.
What? Lord.
How many fucking emails am I going to have to go through and see what's important, what needs to be answered? What kind of fucking dumpster fire happened while I was gone that I'm going to have to deal with? What got
done, what didn't get done.
Right. And I think that's not only is that a legit concern, that's really what fucking happens, why people dread coming back from vacation. Like, okay, what am I going to have to deal with, instead of coming back just to a regular day and going, okay, I'm going to walk in and I'm just going to burn these bodies. It's all good. Right. It's going to be this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And you deal with this. Don't forget about this. And then you can go back to normal.
Yeah, but I also have to deal with dipshits that go, you were just on vacation, so I gotta go.
Jealous motherfuckers.
Yeah, you got 2 weeks too. Take them.
I don't know if there's anything like moving, I think is universally hated as coming back from vacation.
See, I think it would depend on the situation.
How so?
Because if you looked at me and said, TJ, you have to move right now. Like, yeah, I would hate it. But if you looked at me and said, TJ, you have to move, but you have to hire movers, I'd be like, all right.
Oh, 100%. Next, I almost don't give a fuck how much it costs, man. If I move, somebody else is lifting my shit. It ain't me.
I've already told all of my friends, do not call me anymore. I am too fucking old. The last time I helped someone move, it kicked my ass so bad. Like, nope, I am not doing that again.
Oh yeah. It's not the days when we moved out of that one apartment into the duplex where we just like boom,
No.
boom, get it fucking done. Like, all right, yeah, we were tired, but we recovered. Now,
Yeah, I was
no.
also 22 years old.
Yeah. Now, oh, it'd take me fucking 4 or 5 days to recover from a full move.
Dude, I'd probably pull a hamstring getting out of the truck.
Yeah, you probably would. I want to double check something. Okay. I just realized what time it was, and I wanted to make sure that my wife had woken up from her nap to go get Gabrielle from work, and she did. So.
Yeah, that might be kind of important.
A little bit. So, again, comment on the video on YouTube, send us an email, whatever. Let us know what your dreads are when coming back from vacation. Or is there something that's hated more? I really can't imagine something that's hated more other than just knowing you're going to be in pain. That probably, but.
I mean, that doesn't count. It's got to be like a day-to-day thing.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the former Magnificent, now just regular Jackass being missing.
Yeah, he's just a jackass now.
Demoted. Actually, I'm gonna put that in the group text and see if he responds. Just demoted. He won't know what the fuck we're talking about. That'd be funny. Maybe I'll just send him another dildo. And if you guys don't know what the hell we're talking about, I suggest you go back and take a look. Oh, and coincidentally, since that episode, 0 packages from Lionel Bell.
I'm shocked.
Oh, man.
Somebody call Scooby-Doo and the team. We got a mystery on our hands.
Oh, that was so funny. All right, let's wrap it up. You know what we're going to do. Do it.
You know what I'm going to say? Be good to each other, people.
Thanks for listening, downloading, watching, however you're enjoying the content. Appreciate you. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe, all that shit. And as always, until we meet again.